The name of my app is Listen Up, and it's basically a music notification app. The motivation behind Listen Up is I'm a huge music fan. I have a lot of artists that I like to keep up to date on. Questions like, are they releasing music? When are they releasing music? And where are they releasing music? Where most important, because not all artists choose to drop on streaming services like Apple Music and Spotify. Sometimes they'll only release on SoundCloud or they'll only release on YouTube. Um, and then due to Billboard tracking cycles, most music is released on Friday at midnight. And if, like me, I have a lot of artists that I listen to, and if they're all dropping on Friday, it's really confusing to wake up and have to sift through all the music. Like, I'm always worried that I'm missing something, or I forgot about a track. And I feel like Apple Music and Spotify do a good job about like reminding you of your favorite artists' music releases, but I don't feel it's as customizable and accurate as it could be. So basically, how the app would work is it would just be push notifications for music releases. It won't just be singles and albums. Won't be limited to just that. It could be music videos, interviews, and performances. Another thing that I'm thinking of incorporating is it would serve as kind of like a hub to learn everything about your artist while you're in the app. Links to their social media, links to their YouTube, their Wikipedia, just facts about the artist would be included. Kind of the overall goal of Listen Up is just to make users feel much more relaxed about music releases and get artist content into the hands of their fans as quick as possible. So I did some digging for related work, and I found a few similar apps that kind of related to Listen Up. One of them being Beeper, and it, as you can see in the picture, it's real time music alerts. But the difference between Listen Up and Beeper is that it won't just be strictly singles and albums. It can be music videos, it could be performances. And then Listen Up will also have that capability where I could link to their social media, link to their YouTube. So it's kind of like, I don't know if anyone's familiar with IMDb for movies, but IMDb basically tells you all about an actor and everything they've been in and all about them. I'm kind of imagining the same thing for Listen Up. So I'm gonna use Xcode. I'm gonna code the app in Swift and use Swift UI to kind of layer the interface. And obviously that uses Xcode. I chose to make an iOS app because I've worked with Android Studio before, and I feel it's way harder to use than Xcode. It's less user friendly. It's kind of a mess, and also I use Apple products for everything, so I don't really envision myself creating an Android app and using it. It doesn't seem practical. I also plan on using like APIs to kind of get the data from Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube. So I haven't worked with that before, but I'm going to learn how to do that. And some resources is time and Xcode, obviously. But basically, time is a huge aspect of this project because there's going to be a lot of me teaching myself and me learning the core topics of Xcode and how to use Xcode and how to code in Swift, which I've never done before. So that's going to take a lot of time. And how I learn to code is I like to work on separate examples before I actually work on my actual projects. So in my timeline, you'll see later in the presentation, I've planned out a few weeks or so of me just working on separate projects just to understand the core concepts before I actually start working on my app. And as you can see here's my timeline. This is definitely really rough. Throughout the development of this app, obviously things will change. But this is kind of like a base timeline that I'm gonna follow. I'm really worried about the API aspect of it, because that just seems like really intimidating to me and daunting. But so I kind of allotted a lot of time for that. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I do want to make the user, and I want to spend a lot of time on creating a really like beautiful user interface, because I think any app that looks bad, just no one's going to use. So I want to spend a lot of time perfecting it. And yeah, so that's basically it.